And we are, I think we're live, aren't we? All right, maybe my technology doesn't work for me. We'll see. All right, so first of all, let's take a look at this. So we've got 10, 20, 21. And our objective today is really to find we want to find the linear regression line. Okay, write that down and I'll tell you what that means, okay? So what that means is this whole regression thing is that the calculator or your phone, right, or Desmos will average all the points. It averages the points. Okay? And I'll show you in your journal. I just want you to watch. You don't need to open up your journal. We will not do this. We do not do this because it's silly they even show this, because the computer does this. The calculator does this. Desmos does this. But they show in here so you can see that they show, where is it? I want to show you exactly what they're trying to get us to do. Is the thing's called residuals. Where's my residuals? There's the residual. I'll show you. Come on. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. We are not going to do this. That's crazy. I don't even know why they want you guys to see this. But I want you to understand what the calculator does. So the calculator's smart, right? What the calculator does is this. It looks at this distance. It looks at this distances. And they look at all the distances, and they slowly average all these distances in between, and then they put in line. We're not going to do that. We're going to let the calculator do it, okay? Put in the numbers, blah, blah, the calculator does this magic with residuals, takes all the averages of all these distances in between, boom, they put in a line. That's what your calculator will do. You don't have to do that. Let the calculator do it, okay? So when they do that, and they put it all together, it will come up with the regression line, which is the best fit. Now the correlation coefficient is how good of a fit. How good of a fit. If, and it's R, R is the symbol. R is the symbol. In fact, I'll show you while you're working on that. Let me go back to mine. On my calculator, I see this R squared and the R, okay? So, my previous example I did, my R is 0.923. Okay, that's not a bad one. It's like 92% of my points line up. Does that make sense? 92% is pretty good. If it's exactly 1, but this is exactly 1. Use your brains. This is 1, what would that tell you? Come on, use your brains. This number R is 1. What would happen? On this number is R. So if 92% of my points are in a line, what would 1 represent?
They're all in a line.
They're on a perfect line. Does that make sense? They're in all the points be in a perfect line. Thank you, Tava. So if R, so the closer R is to 1, the better the line. So R is our symbol. So if R equals 1, it's a perfect fit. Going up for a positive correlation. If R is equal to -1, it's the same thing except the points are going downhill, that's all. Like this is a negative correlation, but if they all perfectly fit there, then we'd say, okay, that's a -1, okay, a perfect fit, but a negative correlation. If R equals 0, what do you think? It's like that, isn't it? There's no correlation. Because short people are smarter than tall people, right? Right, Jay? Short people are smarter than tall people, right? Absolutely, right? Do you believe that? No, there's no correlation at all. Okay, so now if I looked at this one here, I could guess. I'd say, well, R is probably close to about 90% or 0.90. You guys get that? I'm just guessing. This one might be maybe a negative 0.95. It's a little bit tighter. So I'm just guessing. I know it's got to be negative because it goes downhill. It's not perfect. It looks a little bit better than the other. These are just guesses. And what do you think about the next one? How about R equals 0? You okay with that? Okay. Now, we did that. Let's go back to the wave and see if the calc can get a better answer. Linear regression. Who still has it in their calculator or in their phone? Okay. Oh, do you have it in your computer? Do you have it in your phone? I want to borrow yours. I'll get it back. Okay. Okay. So here's what Grace got. Oh no, Grace, you and I got the same answer. Different one, okay?
I have it.
Can you borrow your phone? That's what I want. I don't know why mine is goofy. So our wave, here's what our wave came up with. We came up with a y equals a 0.31x plus a 0.4, okay? And my R value is a 0.9811, okay? Which is a pretty good fit. That's a good fit. Hard to believe because you guys did the wave, but if you look at the scatter plot, it's not bad, right? Most of them line up. So the calculator, see the line of fit? The calculator fit that in there. Isn't that cool? It found the best line, and it found the equation for us. Okay, thumbs up. Now let's turn the page. Turn the page. Let's do another example, okay? Wait for you guys to write this down. And we'll turn the page and we'll look at the next example, okay? I'm going to type right over these. There's probably a way to clear it, but I'll just type over, okay? All right, turn the page. All right, so here we go. This table shows weekly sales of DVDs and number of weeks since it's released. So week X, sales Y. So let's put these into our calculator or into our decimals. Okay, so 119, right? And Goody's putting it in for me. And then the 215. So why don't you guys do that? Right there. So take a minute to put these in. Awesome. Come stand up here and do it so they can see. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you've got your 215 and 313. Keep going, keep going. Goodies, put them in, right? So put them into your either into your computer or into your phone. Okay, you guys doing that? Are we doing that?
Yes.
What am I getting? Come on now, come on, help me out here, huh? So Goody's putting it in because she's on my phone. Okay? Now this one seems to be a negative correlation. Do you agree with that? Okay. Seems to be going downhill. Okay. How come you guys aren't doing this? Yeah, but then here comes the problem, and I know this, I've been doing this a long time. You come to the test and you still don't know how to do it. Yes, I want you to use Desmos on the test. Sure. Well, that's what I want to teach you now. However, what I'll probably do is give you the first question with Desmos turned in and you get it your phone away. See how smart I am? That makes sense? Yes. Instead of doing photo math for the rest of it, right? Because then you can sit and show me if you want to. Awesome, you guys there. Okay, cool. Oh, it's just type right over. And I'm not sure yet. The old ones. That makes sense. I just typed right over. All right, hey, that looks good. Okay, Goody's got. See what Goody's got? So I can also do a scatter plot of this, right? Because I'm supposed to do a scatter plot. So I'm just going to go ahead, do a scatter plot. And I'm going to put my points in at 119. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if 19 is going to fit, but maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 1. So I'm off my graph, but I can live with that. I can live with that. 19 and 1. I've got 2, 15. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got 3 and 13, 10, 13. I've got 4 and 11. I've got 5 and 10. I've got 6 and 8. I've got 7 and 7. And 8 and 5. So it's not a perfect line, is it? And then the calculator did me a favor, and it drew in the line of best fit. I like that. Something like that, right? Right? And then we end up getting our equation, okay? So we got our equation. Our equation is y equals, let's see, I've got a negative 1.83x plus 19.25, all right? Correlation coefficient, I've got r equals a negative 0.9833. That's a pretty good correlation coefficient, right? Now, thumbs up? Yes, you need to do this, Olin, so that way when the test comes, you'll know how. Because on the test, you'll say, oh, mistakes, I don't know how, because I was just watching. Also, you should have done it. Oh. Now, we have an equation. And this equation has nothing to do with x and y's. Really, it doesn't. In fact, what it has to do with is weeks and sales, right? Doesn't it? Money. So I'm going to rewrite it as S and W for weeks. Okay, so I just like the right variables. I don't like x and y's because then. So I'm going to rewrite it as my sales equals my negative 1.83 W for weeks plus 19.25. So I just changed my variables. So sales and weeks, okay? Now week 9, where does the 9 go? Week 9, where's the 9 go into my equation? Where should I put the 9? Where does the 9 go? W. That's why I like to change my equations, right? It makes it easy, right? So it's got to go into W. That's why I like to change my equation. So I'll put the 9 here. And then we can predict how much we're going to have. So just plug in the 9. So we'll go sales equals a negative 1.83 times 9 plus 19.25. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use my calculator to get that answer, which now I don't know where my calculator is, but hey, thank you, goody. Boy, I'm really being challenged today, aren't I? Negative 1.83 times 9, right, plus 19.25. I get an answer of about 2.78 million. So 2.78 million is my sales, because everything's in terms of millions. And then finally, when will the sales be 0? Technically never, but we could predict that people stop listening to the music, right? They get bored with it. You know, so like J-Lo is getting boring. We don't listen to J-Lo anymore. We want to listen to something more hip, right? Whoever that may be. So when will it be equal to 0? So sales are 0. And when do we tell J-Lo you better have a new song because nobody's buying your songs anymore, right? At what point do you say J-Lo? So let's solve. Minus 19.25 minus 19.25, right? I'm just going to solve. Negative 19.25 equals a negative 1.83 W, right? I'm just solving. Solve minus 19.25 minus 19.25. And then I'll divide by a negative 1.83, divide by a negative 1.83. I'm just going to use my calculator. What's it going to tell me? Clear, clear, clear. Negative 19.25 divided by a negative 1.83, and I get an answer of about 10.5 weeks. 10.5 weeks, and after that we say, okay, J-Lo, give me a new song, right? Yeah, Michael?
Yep, you just use decibels and put your cursor over where 0 is?
You might be able to. You know, you normally could if it's a line. Oh, look at that, Michael.
This is just a way easier way to do it.
Well, there you go. You taught me something today. Thank you. All right. And how about 9? I suppose you could probably do 9 also, maybe.
You just gotta zoom in for it.
And then 9 is right there, right? I gotta get to 9. Okay, good. Well, okay. I guess, yeah. All right, that's all I have. Now, I want to make sure you guys understand the homework, okay? It's going to seem like only